We are gathered today to celebrate Love the Boot Week. All throughout Louisiana this week, we're coming together, schools, businesses, families, local government, our nonprofit partners, and we are cleaning up Louisiana. There'll be litter cleanups, there'll be people planting trees and planting gardens, weeding gardens, removing graffiti, painting park benches. You name it, they'll be doing it. All in an effort to keep our state beautiful and clean.
I couldn't be more excited. 3 years ago when the legislature moved Keep Louisiana Beautiful under my office, we had about 50 groups clean up Louisiana. Last year, the last 2 years, over 700 groups in all 64 parishes had groups cleaning up. All right, we set a high goal this year of 1,000. As of this morning, 1,050 groups have signed up to help us clean up Louisiana. That is so important to see the love and passion people have for their state. And it's important for another reason. If you pick up litter for a day, you're about 80% less likely to litter again. So we're making progress. This is no longer just a week cleanup. It is a movement, and we're going to keep our foot on the gas until we have a clean Louisiana and we put the paradise back in sportsman's paradise. It damages our wildlife. It clogs up our drainage system. It's ugly. The quality of life for our people, our visitors, and tourists and business. I remember many years ago, before I was in politics, the head of Nissan got up in New Orleans East and said, you know, the education system here is not what it needs to be, and I don't want my people living in an area that doesn't care about keeping their city clean. There's trash all over, and that plant is in Jackson, Mississippi. And every time I pass it, I think about that trash had a big impact on them deciding not to locate in Louisiana. So this is something that we all can do together and clean up our state to give us a little bit better edge on not only making it better for us to live here, for business coming here, for tourists coming here, and we're making an impact. If you realize the harm you do and how little effort it takes to keep it in your car, clean out the back of your pickup truck, walk over to a garbage can, we spent $93 million last year cleaning up your mess. If you don't litter, we can use that $93 million for our kids, health care, fixing our roads. We shouldn't be spending $93 million to clean up everyone's mess. Only about 20% of Louisianans litter, and we pay the price for it. So besides cleaning up litter, you're less likely to litter if you get a ticket. And we're out there with hidden cameras. You can now call the hotline, report litters. We're going to catch you. And if you get a ticket, you're 80% less likely after you get that ticket. But we're going to start finding you and making sure we punish the bad actors. It's not fair to all the people that abide by the law, and it is a law. You can get a ticket for littering, and we want everyone to help us clean up Louisiana.
This is the fourth time Louisiana is doing this event, which is a statewide litter cleanup and beautification effort. At Louisiana Blue, we have been a sponsor since the very beginning. We think having green spaces, clean spaces is good for people's health. It's also good for the people of Louisiana. And we're glad to be kicking off what will be the largest event to date with a number of great volunteers from all across the state. At Louisiana Blue, our mission is to improve the health and the lives of the people of Louisiana. And while most people may think, well, healthcare is different than cleanliness, and in some ways it is, but we know that having green spaces that you can enjoy and get out to is good for your health. You're more likely to be outside, to have fun with family and friends and engage. But we also know there's all sorts of other benefits. Litter impacts flooding, impacts the environment, impacts the health of the people and communities. And so if there are ways that we can make Louisiana a cleaner place, we know it's a way to make Louisiana a healthier place, and we're really proud to be supported in that way. At Louisiana Blue, we are proud to be supportive of this event. We are glad to be joined by a number of our friends and colleagues. We have Miss Louisiana here today. Mike the Tiger is going to be here in a bit. We're glad to see LSU and all those organizations supporting this effort. We at Louisiana Blue have hundreds of volunteers who are going to participate at events across the state this week. We have a series of events we're putting on, but then we have volunteers who are participating in dozens of events statewide. I'd encourage any business, any organization, find a way to get involved. Let's love the boot and make Louisiana a healthier and happier place in the months to come.
Unfortunately, littering is something that can heavily impact our earth, so it's important that we continue to keep our earth clean and keep the boot clean so that we can continue to love the Louisiana that has been so wonderful to us and to keep it looking beautiful for many, many years to come.
I think it opens your eyes. It gives you the opportunity to sit back and look at how much litter is really out there and what's driving the litter. How do we educate folks across the state to use the receptacles that are available? Let's don't throw it on the street. Let's don't throw it in our waterways. Let's throw trash away that needs to go find a home in a landfill, but also all the recyclables that are available. Let's keep those out of the landfills and let's keep repurposing those and give them a longer life.
I tell my own children who ask me or who'll tell me, well, I didn't put it on the ground, why should I pick it up? Well, if we all have that attitude, we're never going to have a clean Louisiana. We all have to decide what we want our state to become, what we want our state to look like. Everybody, no matter what your age, everybody can be part of that solution. So I would really encourage people to think twice about the consequences of what you're doing. You know, we pick up trash. We'll have litter cleanups, waterway cleanups. You'll find trash that is old, that is days old, years old, decades old. It doesn't always disintegrate. It doesn't always just magically go away. It's going to end up in the waterways. It's going to end up in our water sources, our drainage ditches, our canals. It's going to get consumed by our wildlife. There's long-term consequences for that one moment of putting a piece of litter on the ground.
DOTD is partnering with Keep Louisiana Beautiful, and we are having 21 receptacles placed throughout the state at our local DOTD facilities for people that sign up for this option to collect aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and drop them off in these recycling bins. And this does two things. It helps remove litter from the roadsides, as well as divert that material from being brought to the landfills.
Good morning, everybody. It is wonderful to see a room full of people. I've been here many years at this event, and it gets bigger and better every year, and this is exciting for a lot of us who've been doing this work for a long time. Thank you for being here today at Love the Boot Week kickoff, reception, and press conference. My name is Courtney Hornsby. I serve as the chairman of the Keep Louisiana Beautiful Foundation Board of Directors, and I also serve as the chief of staff for the city of West Monroe, and glad to have Mayor Stacy Mitchell here with me as a champion for Louisiana. On behalf of the KLB staff and the foundation board, I would like to take a moment to thank you all for being a part of Love the Boot Week, Louisiana's largest litter removal and beautification initiative in all 64 parishes of Louisiana this year, held every April.
It touches my heart to see so many people here today and to know we reached our goal of over 1,000 groups around the state, once again in all 64 parishes. We do have a beautiful state and so much to be proud of, and we deserve a clean state. And you're here today because you care. And we are going to make a difference. We are making a difference. This is no longer just a week of celebration. As Susan Russell likes to say, it is a movement. And it's growing, it's gaining momentum, and every year we're seeing more and more people not only get involved, but stay active all year in whether it's grants, cleanups, getting people to clean out the back of their pickup truck. Your passion and love for Louisiana makes me so proud. And I've got to start by thanking all of our sponsors. I know many of them are here today. We could not do it without not only their financial support, but they're going further. From Blue Cross and Blue Sea, Coca-Cola, what they're doing in recycling is second to none. And all of the agencies that are putting up money and companies, but also their teams are getting out there doing the work. So let's give all our sponsors. Susan has been doing this. She has been passionate about trash for over 20 years. And she gets excited about garbage like no one I've ever seen. But to have the backing of the governor and all the state agencies, our office, and all of our departments behind us, we've been able to really grow all the things we do. And Susan, thank you, your staff and your board for what you do. And I've got to tell you, I now have been serving under 3 different governors. And this governor's team he's put in place, all the department heads have been incredibly, give me hope in cleaning up Louisiana. Todd with DOTD is here today. This guy is passionate about trash, and he has DOTD doing new things they've never done before to clean up our highways. Todd, thank you so much. And wildlife and fisheries. Not only are they out there catching people and writing litter tickets, they've got these cameras out there working with state police and other state agencies and our sheriffs, and they're catching those people littering. And why is that important besides the ticket? If you pick up litter for the day or you get a ticket, you're about 80% less likely to litter, and only about 20% of Louisianans litter. So if we can either get them out picking up trash or get them a ticket, hopefully we won't have to be spending all this money cleaning up Louisiana every year. So our wildlife and fisheries, our state police, our ag commissioner, the Department of Corrections, all of our elected officials that are here and them across the state that are putting litter as a focus in their community, and sheriffs have been incredible. We've been getting our sheriffs grants to buy vans, taking work-release prisoners out to clean up their parish, and our sheriffs have been doing an incredible job. And state police has really leaned forward. Not only is, I think, he's going to talk about what his offices are doing around the state, but they are really making sure, you see those bumpers on the highway? He's making sure after the wrecks that their officers make sure those wreckers pick up all the debris that causes wrecks and also is an eyesore along the interstate. So thank you for the work state police is doing as well. As I mentioned, this year we have 1,050 groups around the state. That's a 37% increase from last year. And what I'm most proud of is what those groups come from. 172 local government groups, 80 non-state groups, 340 nonprofits, 166 schools. That's where we're going to change the culture, is having these school kids appreciate and picking up litter is the best way to teach them why we shouldn't litter. 29 colleges and universities, 119 businesses, and 95 individual and family groups. Let's give all of them a round as well. Now, this year we've got some legislation to allow our park rangers to write litter tickets, and we want to expand the people that can write those litter tickets. And my ultimate goal is to get those tickets where a third of the fines go to whoever writes the ticket, state police, the sheriffs, whoever that law enforcement officer is, it goes to their department. A third goes to the DA and the courts, and a third goes to fighting litter in that local jurisdiction. If we could incentivize where it's worth money to write in those tickets, it makes it a little more worthwhile to write those tickets. We're also asking the legislature this year for an additional $3 million. And if they give us that money, what we've done with such little money so far, we know if we spend a little more money on the front end, we will make a great difference, save millions on the back end. Last year, we spent $93 million cleaning up Louisiana. That money can better be used for our schools, our teachers, our law enforcement, and fixing our roads. So if we spend a little more money, education, enforcement, prevention, we can do a lot, save a lot of money on the back end, and that is our ultimate goal, to where we spend a little on the front end and really make Louisiana beautiful. Thank you for being here today, and help us put the paradise back in Sportsman's Paradise. Thank you.
Good morning, friends, and thank you for being here to celebrate Love the Boot Week. Those of us that are gathered here today in this room have something in common. We all share a deep love for Louisiana. Love the Boot is more than just 3 words strung together. It's more than just a trivial slogan. To us, and thousands of others who will be participating this week, loving the boot, loving Louisiana, means caring for it. According to Gary Chapman, there are 7 love languages. Our love language is the act of service. We show our love by serving our communities. We advocate for laws and policies that support clean communities. We fight for adequate funding. We educate our youth and implement programs to change people's behaviors that contribute to litter, and we don't mind rolling up our sleeves and getting a little dirty as well. Seeing you all here today and watching how this event has grown proves to me that we are on the right path. We are making great strides, and our collective resolve for a clean and beautiful Louisiana is stronger than ever. As the Lieutenant Governor mentioned, we have surpassed our goal of 1,000 events. And he's right, this is no longer an event. This is a movement. These numbers on this screen make it loud and clear that Louisiana citizens want and deserve a clean and beautiful state to live and play and work. This success is the result of a group effort. I am thankful for the leadership and the relentless dedication of the Lieutenant Governor, the support of his executive staff, and of course, my amazing KLB team. Jesse Shapri and Melissa Kenyon spearheaded this event with the support of Jan and Katie and Cabell and John and Patty and Carly. Every day they give 100%, they do amazing work, and they are serving our state. We should be very proud of them. Please give them a round of applause. This success also speaks volume to the strength of partnerships. Every number on this slide represents individuals and groups working in partnership with us to improve their communities. And one way that we support our partners is by providing supplies. We have provided 700 supply packs this year to organizations. That's t-shirts and bags and gloves. And state parks have provided free park passes for participating families. And we're able to do this because of our many, many sponsors. Many are here today and help with the state, as well as from the KLB Foundation. So let's give a round of applause to all of our sponsors. We couldn't do this without y'all. So Love the Boot also generates an enormous amount of awareness in all 64 parishes. And this is so important because we're trying to change people's behaviors. And the first step to behavior change is being aware that there's a problem in the first place. So we launched a statewide campaign. We have billboards, many of which were donated by AdSource and Lamar. We have a radio and social media and print. Special thanks to the Advocate for donating print and digital ads, and Rue and Zunder who created a wonderful, successful campaign. And the beauty of this week is that it's not just KLB pushing out this message. With over 1,000 events in all 64 parishes, we have local organizers contacting their local media and getting publicity as well. Last year, our earned media reach topped 25 million, and we achieved $1.9 million in publicity value. And I know we're going to top that because we are bigger and stronger this year. So this week is about planting seeds for change that will blossom all 365 days of the year. And this is accomplished through those partnerships. And one of the strongest partnerships we have is through our affiliate network. We have 52 community and university affiliates. These are the folks in the local community, boots on the ground, working this every day, and so many of them are here today, and a shout out to you. The work that they do in these impact slides are nothing less than impressive. So last year, over 2,400 cleanups, and tons of litter removed with the help of volunteers at a volunteer value of $5.8 million. 26,000 trees planted. This is huge. Thank you, thank you. We also value our partnerships that we have with our businesses, and we have a Clean Biz program. And these are companies that have committed to making sure their parking lots are clean and litter-free, making sure they have trash receptacles at their storefront, that they maintain their dumpsters as well as their green space. We also partner with our local libraries. And now, using your library card, you can go in and check out grabbers and bags and vests. So when you see something, you can do something. You don't have to wait for someone else to organize a community cleanup. We are empowering individuals to take charge and be that change agent in their neighborhood. And then, of course, there's youth education, one of the most important things that we can do. Our litter curriculum and our activity book has been distributed to every single school in the state of Louisiana. Every school superintendent, every library, and to all of our affiliates. We need litter prevention to be taught in our schools. In Tangipahoa Parish, they're doing just that. Parish President Robbie Miller and the Keep Tangi Beautiful Director Ginger Tassin, who both are here today, they are doing amazing work. They're doing amazing work with the fourth graders. In fact, they just finished a litter prevention art contest. Many of those pieces are displayed in the back of the room, and we are just honored to have 3 of the top winners here with us today. So if y'all would please join me in giving them a hand. These are our young leaders against litter. Thank y'all. Y'all have done amazing work. We appreciate you, and we're counting on y'all to, we're going to hand y'all a cleaner, more beautiful state. So hopefully you don't have to keep doing litter contests. But thank you. And of course, I want to thank all of y'all. Y'all are such great partners, right? Thank you for being here today and for bringing Love the Boot to life this week. But before I go, I want to give y'all all a challenge. I want y'all to take part in the Love the Boot video challenge. I'm going to show you what I mean.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, and I'm here to challenge Commissioner Mike Strain to love the boot and get out and help us clean up Louisiana with all his friends and employees during Love the Boot Week, April 5th through the 13th. Mike, do you love Louisiana? Do you love the boot? Help us clean up Louisiana.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mike Strain, Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, I accept your challenge. I want to thank you for all of your efforts. We're going to be picking up trash across the state. Love the boot. Now, that being said, I now challenge Smokey Bear. Smokey, I'm challenging you to clean up the campgrounds and the forest, especially campgrounds at Indian Creek.
Hey, I'm Tyler Gray, and I'm the Secretary for the Department of Energy and Natural Resources. I was out here walking the Capitol grounds, and I came across a nest feather, which I know belongs to Tyler Bosworth at the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. And as part of a Love the Boot Week coming up, I challenge you in the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries to sign up and help LDENR pick up litter around Baton Rouge.
Hi, I'm Nene Marie with the Lafitte Greenway. We love the boot by planting 1,000 cypress trees along the Greenway. How do you love the boot, City Park?
I'm Layla from UNO, and I love the boot by volunteering. Tulane, how do you love the boot?
My name is Chloe from Tulane.
Hi, my name is Ashley from Tulane.
And we love the boot by giving back to our community. Dillard, how do you love the boot?
So what we're trying to do is, when you're out and about this week, take a short video. Tell us how you love the boot or why you love the boot, and challenge a friend and post it. We'll share it, and let's see if we can make this go viral. Again, raising awareness is a big part of what we're trying to do this week as well. So again, thank you for being here, and thank you for loving the boot as much as I do.
Good morning. Louisiana State Police proudly supports Keep Louisiana Beautiful and Love the Boot Week. As a superintendent, I have the privilege of traversing the state regularly. It is disheartening to witness the abundance of litter that plagues our highways and communities. With this in mind, troopers regularly enforce state laws when it comes to litter, be it a trooper issuing a litter citation or even stopping a commercial motor vehicle with an unsecured load. To coincide with our enforcement capacity, we also participate in various events throughout the state to promote a cleaner and more beautiful Louisiana. In fact, tomorrow, Troop D in Lake Charles, our personnel will be performing a litter cleanup on a stretch of Highway 3059 in Calcasieu Parish, a roadway they have adopted several years ago and are proud to keep clean. We urge all members of the community to join us in celebrating Love the Boot Week and to consider volunteering with an event in their local area and in Troop D or Troop A or B or all across our 10 troops in Louisiana. Together, we can make a significant impact in preserving the natural beauty of our beloved state and the roadways that traverse it. Let's focus on keeping Louisiana beautiful together as one team, one dream, one Louisiana. Thank you.
When you talk about love the boot, passion, and drive, there's no one that I know that loves the boot, loves Louisiana more than our Lieutenant Governor. Come on, let's give him a big hand. We have been friends for many, many, many years. And look, when he gets down and dirty out there, he'll have those white boots on, right? He'll be out there, and he is not afraid to get out there and get it done. And yes, my wife is so very, very, very passionate. And we've adopted the highway, you know, Colonel, in front of our farm, and we'll get it all cleaned up. And we'll be driving home, and Susan say, "Stop!" And I said, "What?" I said, "There's a Coke can out there, right?" Pepsi, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm not saying what can is out there in the litter, right? But to clean it up. But I will tell you that, you know, to clean up the litter, your heart and your soul. But not cleaning up litter has terrible consequences. Think about wildlife. The wildlife will ingest that litter. And when you talk about our beautiful, beautiful sportsman's paradise, there's nothing that hurts more than going out there into the marsh and into the bayous and those fragile wetlands and seeing litter, plastic and paper. On the farms, it has consequences. You know, when we're grading cotton, if we find plastic in that cotton bale, guess what? That farmer is deducted in a price. And then what happens when you have storms and the roadways flood and the fields flood and you go out and you check those culverts? You know what you find in those culverts? Plastic bottles and paper. When we bring in CEOs, said, "Look, we want you to invest your money here." When we get them off the plane and we're riding, we're talking to them, you know what they're looking at? They're looking at our roads and our highways. And so, you know, there's a price for litter. It costs us economically. But the best part, cleaning up the litter, you know, especially with our young people, it's pride, it's heart, it's soul. It's planting those oak trees, it's beautification, and it's all part, love the boot, love Louisiana, and move things forward. So I want to thank you all for being here. It shows your dedication. And you're right, this is a movement, and we've got to continue. And we have got to get inside the mindset of those that still litter. You know, what part of this do you not understand? It's about pride, it's about heart, it's about soul, but it's about our beloved state. Thank you.
It's an honor to be here for this Keep Louisiana Beautiful, Love the Boot Week kickoff. From us at Coca-Cola, it's incredibly exciting for us to continue the partnership and the premier sponsorship that we've given over the past several years, as this is a great event for our communities throughout the state, and we've been part of the Louisiana community for over 130 years. Just a little bit about our company. We have 7 facilities across the state, sales and distribution facilities that our company continues to reinvest in for expansion, so we're here to stay. We have 2 production facilities, one in Baton Rouge, one in New Orleans, so we are truly made in Louisiana product and very proud to be a part of that. And we have over 2,300 associates, and this Love the Boot Week gives us the opportunity for our associates to get engaged in their communities. All 7 of our facilities participate in Love the Boot Week, and it just gives them the opportunity to get out and do something that they may not be able to do otherwise. And, you know, a core commitment for us is to continue to build a sustainable future. And we talk about picking up litter and education, but the recycling of all of our products and what we've put into recycling, we've got to get the word out and educate. We want every bottle back so we can make another bottle out of it. And that's very important for our business. So Susan, grateful to work alongside you and Lieutenant Governor for your leadership in this effort, and just glad to be here. And I want to end with just a little video.
Getting the Keep Louisiana Beautiful movement in my office 2 years ago, we're on a mission to clean up Louisiana. Everything from educating our kids to enforcement to giving people a place to put trash, both in public and private spaces and parking throughout Louisiana. Having those garbage cans to place trash is a big part of stopping litter. Since company being in Louisiana since 1902, having them as a partner and to lean in early has been a big part of other people wanting to come on board. The Beverage Association, Coca-Cola being a member of that group, stepped up big time to partner with us in our state parks to kick off the recycling effort. Being able to educate the kids and the people that use our state parks, residents as well as visitors. Hopefully they take what they're learning through this initiative, this partnership, and this program, and they take it home with them. And it starts a bigger conversation on larger recycling efforts, not only here in Louisiana, but everywhere. We're excited about Love the Boot Week this week. We're already seeing schools, universities, social groups getting involved to partner with us. And because they're seeing those cans donated by Coke out there, and they're seeing people step up like Coca-Cola, it's just going to get more people involved. First, I would say thank you to the leadership at Coca-Cola and to all the Coke employees, because it's not just what they've done. Their employees out there, we see them at Love the Boot Week. They're showing up in large numbers. So your leadership team has got that message out to all your employees, and they're volunteering. And I do see a day when we're really cleaned up Louisiana and put the paradigms back in sports and paradigms. And we're well on our way thanks to the partnership with Coke.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Love the Boot Week. DOTD has participated in this event for several years. We have 9 districts across the state, and they will all be participating again this year. Our headquarters personnel will also be participating in a separate event on Tuesday of next week. Although our Secretary Donahue could not be here today, I do expect him out on the roads on Tuesday of next week helping out with this event. So like I said, this year we'll be participating again, and as mentioned, we will also be participating in the recycling effort that'll be new this year. And so we are having these recycling bins put at 21 different locations throughout the state. And this effort does 2 things. It gets all that litter and debris off the roadways and out of our communities, but it also helps to divert that material from the landfills. So DOTD earlier this year enacted a new contract, a litter-only contract, the first of its kind that we've put together. We started in January. This particular contract mainly focused on the interstates throughout the state, and also it had a separate supplemental part that was targeted specifically for Super Bowl efforts. So prior to the Super Bowl, we had several cleanups to help clean things up prior to the Super Bowl. Coming up, we're working on 2 more litter contracts that are scheduled to let April 9th. One of those will be for the northern part of the state, and one of those will be for the southern part of the state. And these contracts will be focusing more on the rural areas and the U.S. routes. Another contract that we're working on that's kind of new to us anyway, is a Sponsor a Highway contract. So this is a little bit different from our current Adopt a Road program. Adopt a Road is where you have local schools, businesses that come to us and they take a section of roadway and their volunteer efforts go out there and clean up that section of roadway. Sponsor Highway is a little bit different. we're working with Adopt a Highway Maintenance Corporation on 4 different pilot projects. This is a type of contract where they will go out and solicit sponsorship dollars, take that money, and then go out and hire people to come out and clean up that section of roadway. The good thing about this type of contract, it's no cost to DOTD. Because there is a sponsorship sign that'll be placed within DOTD right-of-way, we have to follow some federal guidelines. So we had to develop a policy. We had to get the contract approved through FHWA. It's been a long process, but we finally got that contract approved by FHWA this week. I think I think we got that approved from them yesterday. So now that contract will go to the Adopt a Highway Maintenance Corporation folks. They'll sign it, and then they've got a 90-day, what we call an assembly period for them to go out and solicit those sponsorships, get their crews in order. So we're looking to have some boots on the ground by the end of the summer, if not sooner. Those contracts are going to be in New Orleans, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and Shreveport. So I wouldn't be doing my job as an engineer if I didn't throw some numbers at you guys. So DOTD last year spent over $13 million in our litter efforts. That money would have paved over 100 miles of roadway. So this is money that is being diverted from our efforts to rehab our roadways in the efforts of picking up litter. We picked up over 73,000 cubic yards of litter. That's enough to fill 18 Olympic-sized swimming pools. I mentioned earlier that we had some efforts prior to the Super Bowl. We picked up almost 900 cubic yards of litter in that week leading up to the Super Bowl. We did this through the use of that new litter contract. We supplemented some of our existing mowing contracts, and our own DOTD personnel were out there doing additional picks. So that's my update for DOTD, and I'll just leave you with this. Litter affects every single one of us, and that's what it's going to take. Every single one of us to play a part in this effort to get our communities in the state of Louisiana cleaner than it is today. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney, and good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you as we kick off the 4th annual Love the Boot Week. As was noted, I'm Michael Tipton. I'm the president of the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana Foundation and head of community relations. Louisiana Blue, as we are now known, is proud to be a supporter of Love the Boot Week from the very beginning, as you heard. Our mission at Louisiana Blue is to improve the health and the lives of the people of Louisiana. We do that by supporting events like Love the Boot Week and supporting health in our community. We've heard a bunch today about the ways in which the work of volunteerism and other things can have an impact and make Louisiana a cleaner and greener place. I want to tell you a bit about the health side. Some of our medical directors and researchers can tell you a lot about the ways in which the work that we're doing here today can have health benefits for our community. 1, having a clean outdoor space to spend time in encourages people to exercise and be physically active in their experience with nature. It encourages children to reduce their screen time because they're not able to put down their devices and play outside. We know we want to get our kids out and enjoying all that Louisiana is and can be, and this is a powerful way to do that. Common green spaces can foster a sense of connection, giving people a safe and healthy place to come together for activities, the things that make Louisiana a wonderful place to live. And volunteering with others, as we're doing here in just a bit, and we'll be doing throughout Love the Boot Week, can have a significant impact on people's mental health. It lowers stress, offers good cardiovascular activity, releases a bunch of those feel-good endorphins, and can improve our feelings of social connection and life satisfaction. So we are grateful to join with all of you, with the Lieutenant Governor, with Keep Louisiana Beautiful, with all of our fellow sponsors of this event, to initiate Love the Boot Week and to make it bigger every year. Together, we are bringing these health benefits to even more people of Louisiana. Along with our support of Love the Boot Week, overall, our Team Blue employees and their volunteers and their families, we're going to be participating in 5 events that we are supporting across the state. We also have people participating in dozens of events over the week to come. We have several of our Team Blue members who are here. We're wearing blue shirts. I'll change into mine here in a bit. And we're excited to get started with our first cleanup event happening in just a bit. Before I close, I want to say a thank you to two groups of people that we specifically asked to join us today, and you got to see earlier. First, I want to again say a special thank you to Miss Louisiana, Olivia Grace. George, if you could stand up. Olivia, we are so glad that you're here to join with our volunteers today at today's kickoff, as well as in support of this effort. And then earlier, I think some of them have stepped outside, but I want to say thank you again to Mike the Tiger, to the LSU cheerleading team, and to our friends from LSU for all that you do to support Love the Boot Week and to support making Louisiana a healthier and happier place. In closing, let me say thank you to the thousands of volunteers statewide who've registered for Love the Boot Week. I think what we saw with 1,000 events taking place over the days to come is incredibly powerful. To think about the idea several years ago of could we get a couple teams together and see where we are today. It's a remarkable progress in 4 years, and we're excited for all that it can do for the people of Louisiana. We look forward to seeing you and the work we can do together to make our home state clean, green, and healthy.
A clean state equals a quality of life for our citizens. And our citizens demand, they deserve a clean and beautiful place to play, to live, and to work. And you know, the problem that we have with litter is not something that's new. It's been around for decades, and we're finally making strides to prevent it and keep it off of our roadways. But it really is about engaging everyone. Like, everyone has a responsibility to solve this problem. The good news is it's 100% solvable, right? And so if everybody just took care of their space, right, their neighborhood, their business, their community, then we could solve this problem.
I think Love the Boot Week is just a reminder that we all live here, we love our state, it has challenges, but we know that we as the people of Louisiana can do something to improve our state. And Love the Boot Week is a very practical way that people can get engaged. You can get out with your family, with your church, with neighborhood groups, and clean up the area where you live and work. There are more than 1,000 volunteer events over the next week. You can join in one of those, or you can start your own. And whether it's this week or at any point during the year, we know there's no bad time to make Louisiana a cleaner place, a greener place. And this is a great reminder to do that work to make us all healthier and happier in the months to come.
If they knew what it cost to clean up that mess, they knew the harm it cost. This year I'm asking the legislature to ban releasing balloons. I can't tell you how many wildlife birds we've found with balloon wrappings around their neck, dead in the marsh. How many groups of balloons that street flooding has caused because they clog up the drains. Get your balloons, have your celebration, then pop them, put them in the garbage can. We don't need to release them. That's litter. And it's causing problems all over Louisiana. So we're going to tackle this from every angle. I just spoke to another school board. It's a law to teach about litter in school. We haven't been doing it to a great deal. We've got new manuals were produced given to the teachers. We also have a 4-minute video you should be watching before you take your driver's test. There's questions on the driving test about litter. The answers are in that video. So if our driving schools would show that video, people would understand why it's important not to litter. We're attacking this from all angles. We've given our sheriffs vans to take work-release prisoners out to clean up their parish. Sheriffs are doing a great job. Our state police, DOTD, wildlife and fisheries. Everybody has been a great team effort, and we see a lot of momentum you see here today. We've got kids showed up, schools, universities, everybody's involved. This is a movement for Louisiana and a war we're going to win against litter.